I'm quitting my job. You'll support us while I find myself? My sister texted. I replied, not my problem, and accepted a job overseas starting Monday. 10 minutes later, Mom wrote, banned from Thanksgiving until you sign your sister's $150,000 loan. That night, I reviewed my accounts and removed shared payments in my name. 43 missed calls. My name is Alex. I am pierwszy. Oldest kid, first to leave home, first to get a steady paycheck. If you ask my family, they'd say I'm good with money and responsible. If you asked me, I'd say I'm a background guy, useful, quiet, there to hold the ladder while everyone else climbs. My little sister, Jenna, is the golden one. Different rules, different tone of voice. Same house, two realities. When we were kids, I did chores for allowance. She got surprises for trying her best. In high school, I bought my own used laptop with tips from bussing tables. She got a new phone for safety. That pattern never stopped. It just learned bigger numbers and better excuses. I work operations for an international logistics company. It's not flashy, but it's stable. I track shipments, fix processes, make things run on time. I like numbers that add up, bills that clear, calendars that are real. My life fits in a spreadsheet. My family lives in a group chat. The last Sunday dinner I went to was a month ago. Mom had a roast in the oven. Dad's game was on mute. Jenna breezed in 20 minutes late, wearing an oversized sweater that probably cost a car payment. She kissed Mom's cheek, dropped onto a chair, and immediately asked, do we have lemon water or just regular? I was chopping parsley. Sink works, I said. She made a face like I'd suggested drinking from a puddle. Aunt Rose leaned across the table. Alex, you're not still renting, are you? That's just lighting money on fire. Working on it, I said. Mom didn't look up from basting. He likes to be careful, she said. He's good with that. Our planner. Then she tapped the oven door with the back of the spoon and added, almost lightly, besides, Alex is comfortable. He's not like Jenna. She's creative. She's meant for more. Jenna put her chin in her palm and smiled without teeth, like a magazine ad. I'm figuring stuff out, she said. It's a journey. I kept chopping. Dad turned the volume up for a replay and said, Alex, grab the bill when it gets here, yeah? I forgot my wallet in the car. In the kitchen, I said. Everyone chuckled. It was an easy joke because it was an easy assumption. Of course, I'd cover the bill. I always cover the bill. Later, in the living room, I told Mom I was thinking about taking a short-term assignment abroad. 6 months, I said. Maybe a year. She waved it away with the hand that wasn't holding her glass. Sweetie, that's not realistic. Your sister needs you right now. What does that mean? I asked. Don't be defensive, she said. You know how Jenna is. She just needs a little runway. Jenna wandered in, checked her reflection in the black TV screen, and said to me, you'll understand when you let go a little. Something small and old shifted in my chest. It wasn't anger. It was that heavy, familiar feeling I used to get as a kid when the teacher said, group project, and everyone looked at me because they wanted an A without the work. I put the knife down. I brought dessert, I said. It's in the fridge. Aunt Rose called from the table. You're a doll. Then, quieter to Mom, thinking I wouldn't hear, you're lucky to have him. Mom answered without lowering her voice. Of course we are. That's what family is. There was a pause. The kind where you're supposed to nod and agree and be grateful for being needed. I nodded anyway. And that was it, that tiny moment. No shouting, no scene, just a little reminder of the rules. Jenna dreams. I do the dishes. Jenna finds herself. I find my wallet. That night, I lay on my couch staring at the ceiling and felt the old ache settle in, the one you mistake for love because it started in the same house. I slept badly. I kept hearing Mom's sentence loop in my head. She needs you right now. Right now was about to become a number. I could feel it. The money stuff didn't start huge. It started with put it on your card. We'll settle up. The first time was a family plan for phones. Just for a year, Mom said. 1 year became 5. $216 a month. Then Netflix. $14.99. Then, can you add your sister to your car insurance for now? $96 extra. I told myself it was fine. I could afford it. It kept the peace. After college, I stayed home 2 extra years to help while Dad's hours got cut. I paid half the mortgage, temporarily. Temporary turned into don't rock the boat. When I finally moved out, I left my name on the power bill because the auto pay was already set up. We'll switch it, Mom said. Next month. Next month got bumped by birthdays, by your grandmother's knee, by we're so busy. I kept a list on my phone. It had dates, amounts, confirmation numbers. It looked like a normal person's notes app, and a small accountant had a baby in there. Meanwhile, Jenna tried things. A bakery internship, a travel blog, a wellness coaching certificate she never finished paying off. I loaned her $400 for books once, then $850 for a deposit she'd lose if she backed out, then $1,200 when the car died, and somehow it was my problem because I used it last winter. I wrote the amount in my notes and put 2 stars next to any I believed would never return. She calls money energy. I call it rent. When I pushed back, Mom said there's small things. When I sent a Venmo request to Jenna with a friendly, "Hey, can you tackle this week?" she replied with a heart and no money. "Don't be transactional," she said in person. "It's gross." Dad's line was always, "Family is family. It evens out." It didn't. It just got tidier. The asks were packaged better. We thought it'd be simpler if one person handled the payments. Mom texted once and attached a photo of our water bill with my old account number circled in blue pen. "You're organized," she added. "We'll get you next time." I'm not a saint. I'm not a martyr. I'm a guy who can do math. I kept helping because it felt easier than fighting. It felt like leaving a light on for people you're not sure will ever come home. Last winter, I got offered a rotation in our Dublin office. 12 months. Housing stipend, travel paid, a raise. It was everything I say I want when I'm being honest. I half accepted, then paused. I told them I needed time. In my family, leaving wasn't just leaving. It was abandoning. It was, "So you think you're better than us." I told Mom about it in January. She said, "We'll talk after Jenna figures out her next step." Her next step became a man named Caleb in an apartment they couldn't afford. He's a nice enough guy. He wore a beanie to Thanksgiving and called my mother ma'am, which she loved. In March, Jenna and Caleb got a dog. In April, Jenna decided her boss was toxic and quit. In May, the group chat got busier. Rent is predatory. Landlords are vampires. Capitalism is violence. I muted it for 8 hours and went for a walk. By June, I'd covered 3 tiny things. The phone bill when Mom's car got weird, the car insurance when Jenna had a limit on Venmo, and a surprise vet bill because the universe sent us Daisy. $216, $96, $347. Numbers that felt small until they became a stack of straws. Mom's language shifted around then. She started using we. We need. We were thinking. We could all pitch in. If I asked who he was, she said, "Oh, Alex, don't start. You know what I mean." I know exactly what she means. The first time the number $150,000 showed up, it wasn't in a text. It was a binder, white with tabs. Mom slid it across the table like she was giving me a college brochure. "Jenna's opening a studio," she said. "There's a whole plan, a year of runway. She just needs a guarantor to unlock better terms." "A guarantor," I repeated. Dad cleared his throat. "It's just your name," he said. "It shows confidence. It shows liability," I said. Jenna twirled a strand of hair and said, "It's not that deep." "It's exactly that deep," I said. $150 grand is deep. "It's an investment in family," Mom said. "We would do it for you." They wouldn't. They never had. I closed the binder and slid it back. "I can't co-sign a loan for you," I said to Jenna. "I love you, but no." She rolled her eyes like I'd refused to share fries. "Wow," she said. "You're so tight." That night, Mom called and cried. Dad called and didn't. Aunt Rose sent a voice note about seasons and abundance. Jenna posted an Instagram story about financial abuse with a paragraph from a blog about siblings who hoard wealth. Caleb texted me a thumbs down. I put my phone face down and watched the ceiling fan trace slow circles in the dark. The Dublin offer sat in my inbox like a door half open. I could feel air moving through it. Then came the ask inside the ask. "I'm quitting my job. You'll support us while I find myself." Not yet in words, but soon. I could hear it coming like a train around a bend. The track was already laid. It arrived on a Wednesday at 8:12 a.m. I was brushing my teeth. My phone buzzed on the sink. Jenna, I'm quitting today. I can't do the stress anymore. You'll support us while I find myself. There wasn't a question mark anywhere in that message. Just the certainty of someone who has always landed on a cushion she didn't sew. I rinsed my mouth, looked at my face in the mirror, sleep creased, ordinary, and typed back with my thumbs. Me, not my problem. I hit send. My hands didn't shake. I wasn't mean. I was concise. Within 60 seconds. Call me. Right now. Jenna, are you serious? Caleb, bro. The Dublin email was still open on my laptop. I scrolled to the bottom and clicked accept. Start date, Monday. Flight, assigned. Apartment, arranged. It felt like putting a plate back in the cabinet where it belonged. 8 minutes later, Mom sent the all-caps classic. Banned from Thanksgiving until you sign your sister's $150,000 loan. I actually laughed. Not loud. Just a small, private sound I hadn't made in years. It sounded like relief wearing a cheap disguise. 10 minutes after that, my phone lit up with a FaceTime from Dad. I answered. They were on speaker. I could see the kitchen behind them, the fridge calendar with everyone's names except mine. Mom didn't waste time. You will apologize to your sister, she said. You will fix this. No, I said. What do you mean no? Her voice went high and then thin. I mean no, I said. I won't be supporting two adults. I won't be co-signing anything. I won't be on the hook for six figures because you're rewriting reality with feelings. Dad leaned toward the phone. Watch your tone. My tone is calm, I said. It's going to stay calm. Jenna barged into frame, mascara already smudged in a way that made me think of stage play. You're so selfish, she said. You're punishing me for being different. I'm not punishing you, I said. I'm drawing a line. You've never believed in me, she said. I believed in you when I paid for your books, I said. When I covered your car insurance. When I added you to my phone plan. When I paid your vet bill. When I sat through 3 different launch parties for projects you abandoned by the next Thursday. She sucked her breath. You're keeping score? Yes, I said, because I'm the one paying the bill. Mom tried a new angle. If you leave now, she said, you abandon this family. I'll leave Monday, I said. For work, not for spite. Oh, he thinks he's better than us, Jenna said, tearful and theatrical. I stood up straighter and spoke like I was on a call at the office because that's where I learned how to be clear. This isn't about revenge, I said. This is about closure. Silence, then laughter, the mean, kind dad does when he thinks he's the smartest person in the room. Closure from what? He said. Doing your part. From being the plan, I said. From being the quiet solution. They all started at once. Mom with blame, Dad with volume, Jenna with accusation, Caleb with bro syllables from somewhere off camera. I didn't raise my voice. I repeated myself like a policy. I'm not your guarantor, I said. I'm not your salary. I'm not your emergency fund. Dad jabbed a finger at the screen. You will regret this. I already regret not doing it sooner, I said. I ended the call. I put the phone down on the counter like a hot pan and stared out the window. Across the street, my neighbor was watering his tomatoes. The sun hit the side of the building and made a rectangle of light on my floor. Nothing exploded. Nothing broke. The city kept moving. 15 minutes later, a group text arrived. Family meeting. Tonight. Sette non negotiable. Me. I won't be there. You will come. Me. No. Jenna. I hate you. Me. I love you. I won't finance you. Blue bubbles, blue, gray, then just gray. Long paragraphs about sacrifice, about everything we did for you, about the way you talk to your mother. I set the phone face down, opened my laptop, and forwarded my signed acceptance to HR. Then I emailed my landlord my notice, booked the airport train, and wrote myself a list with boxes I could check. It felt like building a small raft while the tide turned. It felt like leaving a room I'd outgrown, but kept cleaning anyway. That night, I did what I should have done a year ago. I opened every account that had another person's name on it and started cutting strings. Phone plan, remove Jenna and Mom. The system warned me 3 times that someone would lose service. I clicked through. Total monthly savings, $216. Car insurance, unlinked Jenna. Effective date, midnight. New premium, back to mine alone. Savings, $96. Streaming services, changed my password, disabled a TV in a living room that wasn't mine. $14.99 back to me. Not the money, the principle. Utilities, power and water in my parents' house still had my name on the auto pay. I set the next payment to manual, removed my card, and email mom the contact info to transfer the account. Ichichididad. Subject line, transfer by Friday. Clear. Boring. True. Savings. Move my emergency fund, $32, $400, into a new bank I hadn't told anyone about. Set alerts. Froze my credit. Requested new cards. I made a spreadsheet called Exit. Each row was a rope I'd tied around myself to keep a ship from drifting that was never mine to steer. By the time I was done, my phone said 43 missed calls. 17 from mom, 8 from dad, 12 from Jenna, 6 from no caller ID. I let them stack. The voicemails came in waves. First angry, then pleading, then quiet, seething ones where mom breathed into the microphone like she wanted me to feel her disappointment through the speaker. At 11:27 p.m., Aunt Rose texted, "Sweetheart, can we talk?" I stared at it a long time and didn't reply. She was the kind one, but in my family, kindness often came with a clipboard. I slept with my phone in a drawer. In the morning, the number was 58 missed calls. Group chat, 142 unread messages. Caleb had written 3 paragraphs about masculinity and mutual aid. Jenna posted a photo of Daisy with a caption about nervous systems and safety. Mom posted a meme about ungrateful children. I made coffee. I packed a suitcase. I rolled my socks. I took down the whiteboard calendar from my wall and wiped it clean. At noon, Dad showed up at my door. He knocked hard, like a cop in a movie. I let him knock. He called my name. I let him call. He jiggled a handle. I sipped coffee. After a while, he left. A minute later, a text. Coward. I wrote back. Boundaries. He sent. You think words protect you? I typed and deleted and typed again, then sent. No. Policies do. Mom kept up the percussion. Banned was her new favorite word. Banned from Thanksgiving, from Christmas, from the family chat, while also being tagged in every message in the same family chat. It was like being told to leave and then having the door shoved open in your face. At 3 p.m., Jenna sent a photo of a contract. We need your signature by 5, she wrote. The bank closes at 6. Read the sentence where it says joint and several liability. I replied. Then read it again. You don't love me, she shot back. I love you enough to not let you drown us both. I wrote. I love you enough to stop pretending money is a vibe. She sent me a voice message I didn't play. Then, Daisy misses you. I stared at that and felt something twist. I didn't love that dog. I also love my future. Love is not a payment plan. I went to my storage unit and made 3 piles: keep, donate, trash. The keep pile was smaller than I expected. It looked like a life that could move. On my way home, I passed the corner bar and saw Caleb inside on a stool, telling a story with big hands. He didn't see me. I kept walking. Back upstairs, I printed my flight information and taped it to the inside of my front door. It made the plan feel solid. Train at 6:20 a.m., Terminal 2. Seat 21A. My job had arranged temporary housing near the office. The photos looked clean and boring and like a place where nobody would ask me for a login. At 7 p.m., while the non-negotiable family meeting apparently happened without me, my phone went quiet. An hour later, it lit again. MOM, final offer. Sign the loan. Keep your number in the plan. Thanksgiving is at Aunt Rose's at 3. You can carve. Me, no. MOM, why are you doing this? Me, because the only way to stop being the plan is to stop being the plan. Nothing for a while. Then, MOM, we won't forget this. Me either. I took a shower. I set 3 alarms. I texted my friend Mike the airport time and the address of my place just in case. He replied with a thumbs up and a plain emoji and, proud of you, man. I lay in bed in a quiet apartment, listening to a neighbor's dishwasher hum. I thought about the binder with tabs and the way Mom had pushed it across the table like fate. I thought about 43 missed calls and the shape of my life when nobody else's hands were on it. It wasn't peace yet, but it was quiet. Quiet is what you get first when you finally refuse the noise. Thanksgiving came early for me that year. It arrived on a Monday at 7:35 a.m. with a gray sky over a new city and my breath fogging in front of me like a cartoon speech bubble. I moved into the company flat and learned the grocery store hours. I bought a kettle because everyone said I needed one, and a cheap plant because the window looked sad without it. I set up my work laptop on a small desk and taped my little spreadsheet of bills to the side. It had 5 lines now, all with my name only. The first week, I woke up expecting the old rhythm, text before I'd finished coffee, little fires in other people's kitchens. Instead, I had emails about shipments and morning meetings that ended when they said they would. I walked from work along a canal and counted dogs. I learned the sound the crosswalks make here. I cooked for one and ate all of it. On Wednesday, a screenshot from my credit monitoring app popped up. New inquiry attempted blocked. I smiled at my plant and watered it a little. That night, Jenna sent a photo of a turkey emoji and "Are you happy?" I typed for a while, then erased it all and sent, "I hope you find what you're looking for. I can't fund the search." She didn't reply. Mom sent a message that started with, "I shouldn't say this," and then said it anyway. I read it. I didn't answer. The next day, she sent nothing. That felt like a new holiday in our calendar. Empty box day. I made myself a small plate on actual Thanksgiving. Roasted chicken breast because turkeys here look like a commitment, potatoes, green beans. I FaceTimed Mike and held up my plate. He held up his, a greasy slice of pizza. "Tradition," he said. We laughed. After dinner, I opened my notes app and looked at the old list. Dates, amounts, the breadcrumb trail of how a boundary disappears when you keep stepping over it just this once. I scrolled to the bottom and added a line. I won't co-sign chaos. I won't be leveraged with love. I won't call neglect help. I won't trade peace for access. I won't apologize for keeping what I earn. I won't be the plan. I read it twice. Then I wrote one more sentence, the only one that mattered if I wanted any of this to stick. I will love you without paying for you. It wasn't a victory speech. It was a memo to myself. The kind you put in a folder and check when you feel weak. The kind that holds when the text comes soft or loud or in all caps. People think closure is a door slamming. It's not. It's a door you finally stop holding open for people who never planned to walk through it. I'm not banned from anything that matters. I eat what I cook. I answer what I want. I earn, I save, I sleep. This isn't about revenge. It never was. It's about not confusing being needed with being loved. It's about refusing to be a wallet with feelings. My name is Alex. I'm 31. I'm done being the plan. And I'm not sorry.
After listening to today's story, perhaps it has raised some new questions in your mind, or maybe it has brought back some old memories. Every day on Reddit, new experiences and moments create fresh stories, and they connect all of us. Everyone has their own unique journey in life, and we all try to understand the world in our own way. These kinds of moments remind us that we are all human, sometimes happy, sometimes sad, and always learning something new. If you enjoyed this story, feel free to share it with your friends. Your thoughts and feedback are always valuable to us, as they motivate us to create even better content. Every story has its own unique angle, and our goal is to understand everyone's perspective and make our content diverse and relatable. Stories like these help us realize that life's journey is different for everyone, and by hearing other stories, we learn something new. You can also share your own stories with us. Your experiences are valuable to us as well, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave your feedback. We aim to create content that brightens your mind and gives you new ideas every time. If you've already seen this video before, your feedback is still important. With every piece of feedback, we can improve our content and bring a new perspective to our viewers. Today, what we saw was just a small part of the many stories shared on Reddit and across the world. It's a reminder of how we all try to understand life by sharing our experiences with each other. This video was only an example of how we try to connect with others through storytelling, learning about different sides of life. We hope to continue sharing such stories that help us all learn and grow together. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to keep an eye out for more stories coming soon. If you haven't already, please like and follow for more amazing content. Your support keeps us going, and we will strive to bring you more thought-provoking and heartwarming stories. Until next time, take care and stay curious. **